again, guys, and here we are back in the train room on a day when I should really be out in the garden because it's the Easter weekend and it's the first time we've had some lovely weather. But I wanted to show you what I've been up to. This is the GN15 Emmett layout, and I've done very little. I think probably this section here I've been having to play with, but apart from that I've done very little on this layout, and I'm going to get back to that. And the reason is that I had a bit of a funny conversation with a friend of mine, and he said he's been on to me for years about showing my layouts, and that's not my thing really. In fact, I think I've only really been to one model railway exhibition, and that was Worley, and I really did enjoy that, and I'm certainly wanted to go this year if I can talk the wife into it. But we got on to the conversation of doing a layout for an exhibition, and of course Peco and Bachmann have been producing some lovely little engines, and he was quite interested in getting the Peco one, and he said to me that Princess, because both of us back in the day worked on the Festiniog. I was lucky enough to have some relatives that lived in Morvenbuchen, just around the corner from Port Maddock, and so yeah, of course, as a teenager, I spent quite a lot of, even before my teens, spent quite a lot of time working on the Festiniog before health and safety sort of came in. So he said he could get an engine within 3 weeks, and he was going to pre-order it, and it was going to come, and he wanted the crew putting in, and I said, well, okay, I'll see what I can do in 3 weeks. I can see if we can knock up a little micro layout for an exhibition. And he laughed and said, not possible. So this is what we came up with. Well, this is what I came up with. A new micro 009 layout. Very simple. Very simple. I had a little bit of a look. We've got a market store, and believe it or not, all these buildings on here, apart from the green corrugated shed, are second hand, and I've had to place them in this sort of position because they were glued to somebody else's layout. They were all in a box when I saw them, and I've had a little bit of work to do on them, but they were all sort of glued to somebody's layout, and of course when they took them up and bits chipped off them, I mean some quite nasty chips on the big slate shed there. It's disguised now, but it's got some quite big chunks out of it. Anyway, so this is the layout we've come up with. I've got 2 basic loops. Remembering this is not so much to, dare I say, play with, more as to just show a bit of an interest. So we've got 2 loops, one on the bottom, and I'll get that one going now. That one, sorry, as you can see from down here, it is going to be DCC, because there's the 2 controllers there for the top and the bottom, but at the moment the bottom one, I've only got 2 009 engines, and one of them's radio controlled. Here, the only thing that's, I suppose you could say, is not finished, I've got a couple of buttons there. The bottom ones are for these the top loop points, and those 2 there, they're the only 2 visible sidings, and the other 2 on top here, they're going to be for some sidings at the back, which I'll show you at the moment, just so you can show some interest. We've got other ones then. I put some little lights on there. I think you can see, don't go too high. I think you can see there's a couple of 3 lights on there, just to throw a bit more light onto it. I've got 2 buttons here. One of them, you're probably not going to see this, but I'll switch that on anyway. And just vaguely, yeah, you can see the lights coming on and off. He wanted that. And also got another switch here for, yeah, smoke. Now, this isn't going to look great for a start off. But there it goes, because it puffs and it drops and it does all sorts of stuff. But then, I think now, that's still not looking great. But it does calm down. Anyway, I'll pop that off. Makes that funny puffing noise as well, which is not great. But it does calm down. And I'll switch that off. So, for the bottom one, as I say, I'll just turn this on. It's on radio control at the moment. So I'll pop that on and you'll see, hopefully. Yeah, here we come. Now this one, the idea of this is, you know, if we're going for Stiniog, this is the passenger train heading up from Porth, going to on its way to Bologna for Stiniog, and yeah, carrying punters. Now my idea for that, I'm just going to let it run, but my idea for that at shows, which my friend is going to hopefully exhibit this layout at, would be to have a station stop at the back, and you know, hopefully it'll do like a loop, stop at the back, and then run again after a couple of minutes, just so it's just not going round and round and round. And then on the top, we'll get this one going. We've got something to work. Don't think we will, because I've not obviously switched the switch on. Whoops, sorry. If I take you around the back, let's have a look what's going on. Yeah, I'll just plug that in. Bad camera work. Just 1 second. Back again, amateur stuff. But here we go. I'll just show you at the back now. So you've got the bottom loop and then the top loop. Top loop's not finished yet. There's going to be 2 sidings on there. So we'll bring you back round again. And hopefully there'll be some interest on the top. And you can play with that while, you know, talking to, play, probably not the right word, but you can operate that while talking to folks and just show a bit of an interest. You can do a little bit of a shunting there. I am particularly pleased with this because that engine's just gone past was the last thing to turn up. And if you can see the clearance from the driver to the wall, I think it looks great. Yeah, that's close. So this is what I've been spending my time doing. So we put this together in a little under 3 weeks. Gonna let him name it. That's the top there, put a name plaque on it. And so it's down to him to get a couple more engines so we can do, you know, just show a bit more interest. And yeah, I'm pleased the way it's turned out. It's a nice little layout. Sorry for the poor camera work. And yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this little clip. I think it could do with dirtying up. Oh yeah, I'm going to dirty up Princess if he'll let me. Looks a bit shiny at the moment. I'm not really into shiny things. And the spokes that I've glued on there, they all look a little bit too clean. They could do with grubbing up a little bit. But there you go. Crikey, going up to 10 minutes. I'll shut up and just let that run for a few seconds. And thanks for watching. Happy modelling, folks.